Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the daily morning podcast of SBI Securities. Let us check what happened in the US market yesterday. So, yesterday it was the fifth consecutive day where we have seen correction in the Nasdaq. So, Nasdaq was down to the tune of 0.6% and have settled at 14510 levels, whereas S&P 500 was down by 0.3% and Dow Jones was marginally up, or we can say flattish, and have ended at 37440 levels. What has happened? If you remember, yesterday we have discussed that US jobless claim number was expected post market closing in Indian Standard Time. So the jobless claims came in below expectation. That shows that the number of people who have filed for benefit of jobless claims have reduced significantly, and that fueled the expectation that US Fed may not be in hurry for the rate cut, and that led to the spurt in the US 10-year bond yield. So US 10-year bond yield have settled at levels of almost 4% in the trade yesterday. US dollar index has remained flat at 102.4. Brent crude was down to the tune of 0.8% and have settled at $77.6 to the barrel. US VIX, which is a volatility index in US market, has remained unchanged and is trading at 14.1 levels. In terms of key event, which is the today evening, one of the very important data which the street will be tracking is US non-farm payrolls and unemployment data. And that data, I believe, will again decide the trajectory of US 10-year bond yield and expectation that whether the US Fed will be undergoing rate cut in the month of March, or it will get delayed during the later part of the year. Moving on to the Indian markets. So yesterday, Indian market snapped two-day losing streak to end higher on Thursday, led by gains in financial services companies. So Nifty was up by 0.6%, that is 141 points, and have settled at 21658 level. So Nifty managed to close about 21600 level, which was one of the key resistance level, whereas Sensex was up to the tune of 491 points, that is 0.7%, and have settled at 71847 levels. In terms of fund flow, foreign institutional investors were buyer to the tune of 1513 crore, whereas DII were seller to the tune of 1387 crore. In terms of advance to decline ratio, yesterday the market breadth was in favor of bulls. So we have seen almost 2500 stocks trading in the green yesterday, whereas 1346 stocks were in red in the trade yesterday. In terms of 52-week high, almost 480 stocks have scaled 52-week high in the trade yesterday. That's the pretty big jump. So we have been seeing that since last 2 months, the number of stocks which are scaling 52-week high has been in the band of 300 to 350, and yesterday this number has spiked to 418. This clearly shows that there is a very strong undercurrent in mid cap and small cap stocks. And one of the reason for optimism in the market is the various announcements which are coming pertaining to Q3 provisional data, mainly from banking and NBFC sector, FMCG companies. Second important point is many MOU are being signed ahead of Gujarat Vibrant Summit, which will start on 10th of Jan. And at the same time, there is an expectation, big expectation on spending from government in the upcoming union budget, which is scheduled on 1st of Feb. Although the budget will be a vote on account budget, however, street is expecting that the government will maintain its tempo in terms of spending on infrastructure, especially on defense and railway side. So that led to the positive sentiment, and I believe yesterday's rally was also more to do with a short covering in the market, and that has again helped the bulls to manage to defend the levels of 21,600 as far as Nifty is concerned. Moving on to the Asian indices. Today Asian indices, today morning when we are recording this podcast, is trading mixed with most of the indices trading marginally down. However, Japan is an outlier, wherein Nikkei is trading in green. That is led by depreciation in yen against the US dollar. Moving on to the key development, key news which should be on our radar. So first I would like to highlight the updates on Q3. So basically few updates which has came in is on L&T Finance, Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, Jammu and Kashmir Bank. So let me go through that one by one. So first I would like to take on Dabbler. So Dabbler has said that for Q3 the revenue will grow in a mid to high single digit, driven by the food business. Food and beverage business is likely to grow in a high single digit, while home and personal care division is expected to have recorded growth in the mid single digit. In terms of market sentiment, Dabbler has stated that the recovery is still weak as far as rural markets is concerned, and that is still underway. Recovery is still underway as far as rural markets are concerned. Moving on to the next development, which is on L&T Finance. So L&T Finance has alluded that their retail loan book has grown by 31% year over year to 74,750 crore, and retail disbursement was up by 25% year over year. And in terms of retailization, that is how much proportion of total loan book is in favor of retail book. So that number is at 91%. That's a pretty robust number, and we may see some positive reaction as far as L&T Finance is concerned. RBL Bank told that their deposits are up by 13% in the December quarter and advances are up by 20%. Again, that's a decent set of number coming from RBL Bank, and we may see some positive reaction in RBL Bank today. Jammu and Kashmir Bank has recorded total deposit of 1.28 lakh crore, which is up by 9% year over year, and advances were up by 14% year over year at 93,626 crore. Again, a decent set of number coming from Jammu and Kashmir Bank. Moving on to the next bank, that is Utkarsh Small Finance Bank. Utkarsh Small Finance Bank has alluded that their loan portfolio has grown by 30.8% at 16,408 crore. That's a pretty strong set of advances growth coming from Utkarsh Small Finance Bank, and deposits were up by 18% year over year at 15,111 crore. So we may see a strong positive reaction in today's trade as far as Utkarsh Small Finance Bank is concerned. Moving on to the next general news development. So yesterday, REC has announced that for FY24, its market borrowing plan has been increased from 80,000 crore to 1.05 lakh crore. So that augurs well for Power Finance Corporation. This shows that there is a lot of optimism as far as funding from PFC is concerned, and market may react again positively to this development. In terms of other development, Jupiter Wagon has received order worth rupees 473 crore from Ministry of Defence to manufacture and supply 697 bogie open military wagon. So that's positive for Jupiter Wagon, and we have recommended this stock under pick of the day product, and we may see some positive reaction as far as Jupiter Wagon is concerned. Grasim has announced 4,000 crore right issue, and the issue price is at 1812 rupees per share, which is at 12.5% discount to the current market price. So it will issue 2.2 crore share on a partly paid basis. It's a partly paid right issue, and to that extent, till the time right issue get over, what I feel is that the stock will go into the consolidation mode. Lupin has received an tentative approval from US FDA for tablets to market a generic equivalent of Quiton tablet of AstraZeneca. So this drug is used in treatment of diabetes, and that's positive for Lupin. Moving on to the next development. So today there is an exit of split for Nestle share. So today Nestle will be trading with a split ratio of 10 share or to the 1 share. So today Nestle will be trading close to 2,400-2,500 rupees per share, and we may see some additional buying coming in the Nestle post market open today. NHPC has signed MOU with GPCL, Government of Gujarat, to invest 4,000 crore rupees in for the proposed 750 megawatt Kappa pump hydro storage project. So that's positive for NHPC in medium to long term. One important development for ethanol manufacturer from maize and grain-based distillery. So oil marketing companies have increased the rate of ethanol to be procured from grain or maize, and there is an incentive of rupees 5.8 per liter, and that's positive for all the companies which are making ethanol from grain. So companies like Gulshan Poly, Global Spirit, BCL Industry, Indian Glycol, these companies may react positively in the trade today. Moving on to the next development, Shobha Real Estate has told that they have achieved highest ever quarterly sales valued at 1950 crore, that is up by 37% year over year. And yesterday only we have seen that Shobha has reacted very positively. At one point of time, stock was almost hitting 19 to 20% upper circuit. And the positive reaction, the positive news is already in the stock price. So today we may see some muted reaction in the opening trade today. So that's all as far as news or key actionable is concerned. I don't see any important institution activity, so there is no major institution or insider trading activity which I can update you. So if I have to sum up today's discussion, overall global sentiment seems to be kind of neutral. So there is a concern that the US Fed may delay the rate cut cycle, or the Street is expecting that rate cut may come as early as the month of March. And with the way the economic data is coming from US economy, we are seeing that US bond yield has increased from 3.8% to now 4% almost. So it's up 20 basis point. US dollar index has gradually inched up from 101 levels to 102.5 levels. So kind of we are seeing a sell-off in the global market, whereas Indian market has been resilient, and we are seeing a follow-up buying after a 2 or 3 days of minor correction. So that shows that there is a strong undercurrent in Indian equity market. Indian equity markets are outperforming the global indices, and we need to be. And going forward, what will happen is that as we have discussed, the 2-3 important event, Q3 results, upcoming Gujarat Vibrant Summit, and the budget expectation will drive the market. The sector to focus from short to medium term should be auto, power, railways, defense. So these are the few sectors which one should keep in mind. Banking, so all the banking and NBFC companies are reporting a decent provisional number. So the companies which are reporting a decent number should be on radar. At the same time, IT companies will remain under focus, as from the next week we will see large pack IT companies will start reporting their number. So the commentary of IT companies on demand environment will be one of the key monitorable. That's all for the day. Thank you for patiently listening to us. Have a good day.
Investment in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.